Okay, a day later, in the morning, it is time to begin the trial. Most likely the final one. How much is Ellen gonna be in tears after this is over? Yeah, well, considering how apathetic he is, testimonies against him are gonna be very interesting. Okay, so 3 guesses, you're gonna be going into your weird persona in any second now. Is he here or... no, doesn't seem like it. Yeah, unless neither of them are guilty. Doesn't look very happy going into things, and I get the feeling that even if Pierce did do it, the truth is also going to be pretty sad. And I still don't fully know what the revisualization will be in this case. I mean, I wonder, if it's the fact that Soren has memory loss, I've most likely already figured that out by now. And yeah, I know that you hear him briefly in cutscenes in Dual Destinies, but the turnabout Storm voice for the judge will always be the definitive judge voice to me. And back to Edgeworth. We didn't even meet Edgeworth outside of the courtroom. This investigation, we did in the previous one. To cover up the whole thing with a second reception and make it look like time travel. Well... oh, sorry I talked over that objection. So sorry. And we have extra blood at the crime scene. We do have proof. So I wonder how Edgeworth's going to counter the blood stain. Ah! Edgeworth's psychic powers strike again! Oh, so you found that out, haven't you? He knows our entire strategy! Oh, that's Ellen, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, please don't incriminate yourself here. This is not going to be good. It did, it's just that she didn't know that it was Soren, and thus she's now kind of regretting making that statement about the third person. Well, we kind of did, she just really hated it. Well, yeah, he was going to testify regardless. The prosecution's calling him. Well, you may have made a bad call there, Edgeworth, because we always get the information we need out of any witness. Usually. He looks more tired than usual for some reason. But that might be because we're zoomed in close on his face. Yeah, so super apathetic man. This is going to be a very interesting testimony, most likely. And that obvious... oh, that hit the judge! Okay, well, I was thinking Phoenix is the butt monkey, it's going to hit him, but no! He already preempted the name and occupation asking. It's pretty cool. Well, this should be interesting. Oh, once again, Edgeworth having to deal with uncooperative witnesses. Edgeworth's always the one who just cannot get the witnesses to really cooperate with anything at all. Ah, this is great already. So, he probably has it all written down in meticulous detail. He could probably just show that. Okay. But there wasn't really much blood found at the scene there. Huh. See, if he isn't the culprit, I don't think he really has much of a reason to be lying here, so it'd be more like he's mistaken on some things.
Objection!
What? Oh. Oh, this is not gonna go well.
Hold it!
No, it's not over yet. Well, yeah, exactly. Yep, everyone is against him. No. And I get the feeling pressing is not going to result in much. Seeing how little he reacted to most evidence presented, even the mementos of his fiancée. So, okay then, how much are we going to get out of this guy? I'm guessing not a lot. Okay, so he had the timekeeper. Yeah, a lot of the stuff he says is very matter-of-fact, as if he's reading off of his book.
Hold it!
And there wasn't really any blood in the hall. Okay, so he knows the timekeeper he wanted to... So he knows that Dumas wanted to, push the timekeeper off. Yeah, this doesn't look good, but what can we get out of this?
Hold it!
So you headed for the deck. Yeah, it makes more sense if he was stabbed there, because that's where the blood was. No. Unless he got stabbed in the hold and they rose up on the lift to the Vista deck.
Hold it!
So he was already dead when you got there. How did your blood get on the lift, though?
Objection!
I mean, he had just been stabbed. It would have taken him a while. Oh, okay. So the only way in is through the holes. And if you broke a window to get in, everyone would have known. So how did those two get out onto the Vista deck so quickly? Yeah! The bloodstain. Oh, what about the key card? Yeah. So Edgeworth is going about the bloodstain. The thing is, though, the key cards don't match up. So it seems like it'd be the other way around. He went from the deck to the hold, not from the hold to the deck, because his blood was there, but there is no record of a key card entering there. It's just Bloomsbury, Pierce, and Ellen.
Take that!
Well, there is the emergency escape hatch, but that leads directly outside. It is kind of possible. Okay, so yeah, it is the map. And this must be where that emergency exit comes into play.
Take that!
Although saying he made his way through the sweetheart table would be kind of funny. While he was stabbed. There's certainly space for him to have moved around there.
Objection!
Oh, you've already come up with something to counter it, haven't you? Whenever Edgeworth says that, you know he's got something up his sleeve.
Hold it!
But what about that pterodactyl that Larry saw? Unless that was him, sneaking past the windows. Logical explanation, huh? Let's see, how would he have got through there without falling? I wonder if that wing it is actually a, Huh. This is kind of funny. I mean, that one is obviously wrong, but, unless he used one of his inventions somehow. I mean, this doesn't sound right at first glance, but... Yes, he is totally Colin! Yeah, that sounded wrong. Authority involves commanding other people to do something for him, which I don't think he could have done in this situation, but unless there's something in... It's just the power of love doesn't make sense, but... Unless it's something to do with the secret mechanism in that clock? Wait a minute. The only wedding venue after the ceremony on the visitor could be just to pick... Like, no. That doesn't seem like it. Not Gloomsbury's note. That pterodactyl is probably important in this situation, but... This is called the Key of Love. The question is, what does the Timekeeper actually do? How could that have stabilized him on the side? I mean, this sounds kind of wrong, but it is not wrong, okay? Yes, get the judge on side.
Objection!
Yeah, that's what I thought, but in this case it might be a little more literal. Again, the question is, what does the Timekeeper actually do? And way to annoy all the supers in the fandom, Edgeworth. Ah! Yeah, you should have brought that up earlier. That's a major problem. Yeah, that's not exactly the power of love. That's more like the power of... Unless this entire thing is... No, this can't have been a dead end. Oh wow, that is like, what, the... okay then! First mention of me on this whole game, I believe! That kinda surprised me. Well, I mean, she actually does remind me of Mia here now, the way she looks here. But anyway, so, the only really relevant Mia quote I can think for this situation, other than that one, is, you're thinking too normal, think crazy. So maybe that's what we need to think now. Could have moved past that huge propeller. Would have made it possible for him to do so. Yeah, unless he flew somehow. Again, the question is, what does the Timekeeper actually do? And what's the deal with that bench that had smashed into the sign? Spite of the propeller, okay. What specifically? Okay. This is kind of discounted. Yeah, if the airship wasn't flying, I mean, I don't think the airship was in the air at the time. It could have been moored at the dock by then. Or unless somehow something screwed up the propellers. Because this would invalidate all the work that we put in, so I don't think it's this. I wonder if it's the airship wasn't flying. Yep. Yeah, if it wasn't flying as well, he wouldn't need to worry about being, like, blown off the side or anything like that by the propellers or otherwise. What if it wasn't? Yeah, that gets rid of the propeller idea. It would have been pretty simple to sneak around the side like that. I mean, you'd still risk falling to your death, but you wouldn't have to worry about being sliced by propellers, and you seem agitated by that. It seems we've hit the nail right on the head. Oh, okay. You stubbed your thumb on that. Oh wow, that's the pointy end of the pen too. Ouch, I just noticed. Yeah.
Objection!
Do we have proof that it was moored? Oh yeah! I was thinking that if the airship was on the ground, that'd change the entire meaning of that pterodactyl flying past. That— wait a second! Just saw something. Could that have been the bench? Could that have been the bench flying through the air before it hit the sign? Because if the airship was not flying, that thing was not flying either. That could have been something on the ground. Well, the good news is we have one. The bad news is it's very abstract and is probably going to annoy everyone in the courtroom, especially Edgeworth, but yeah.
Take that!
This does make Larry's drawing take on a whole new meaning. Well, I mean, Edgeworth's actually proven things with Larry's poor attempts at artistry several times in the series. One of which wasn't localized! Now, if I could direct the court's attention to the pterodactyl. No, we've completely discounted that theory, don't worry. Yes, the fact that he's an idiot? Yeah, exactly. And he's back! Nice! Of course he doesn't. Yeah, but the question is, what was that? Yeah. We'll need to make something out of this pterodactyl pretty quickly. I wonder if we're gonna get a... Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, the river... The water on that sign. Oh! I didn't notice that before. I feel like an idiot now. But if this thing was put together in the wrong way, maybe. Maybe it's supposed to go together another way, and maybe then the water looks like a pterodactyl.
Take that!
I knew that the bench had to be important sooner or later. Oh, or not. Okay. The part that... Oh, wait, no, that's an individual part that broke off and got reattached. Okay. Oh, you flip it the other way around. Yeah, if that went flying past, that'd explain it. And that would put the airship on the ground at the time. Pretty lucky that the shapes turned out to match up.
Objection!
We've gone a while without any music. Yeah, in some ways I totally agree with him here. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, but Pierce is always with him. Pierce could have taken him, I think. Yeah, that somebody could have, someone could have used someone else's card. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They could have entered together. You're gonna say you forgot. You couldn't do without him. Well, we finally got more out of him. It just involved a big theory that went nowhere, though hopefully the fact that the ship was actually on the ground is going to be important later. Okay. Not much coming out of that. I think he can't help treating things with irrelevance. Are there really? So we're probably going to go to pressing here. Okay, so let's see what we have to say if we press this. That makes him a pretty likely suspect as well, but if Soren was in the area at the time, he would have seen him do anything suspicious. Yeah. As we always do. So it doesn't look like there's much to do with that one.
Hold it!
Oh yeah, considering that you were bleeding all over the floor earlier. Okay. Yeah. Well, whenever someone says something isn't relevant, it usually is. So, let's see if this gives us any leads. The knife wound is quite deep and continues to throb with pain. Huh. Let's check something. How deep of a wound would that cause? It's not exactly that big of an object. I don't know if it would cause a particularly deep wound. And part of it's broken off, too. I just had a sudden thought. Unless it's not just this, unless it's a past injury that's acting up, I wonder. Because he was in the accident. Soren also suffered severe injuries. Maybe this isn't exactly the injury that Soren is thinking about. Maybe it's his previous car accident injury. Anyway, blows caused by the same weapon. Just trying to see if anything else might. Okay, and the inside of that handle has blood on it. For now, though, I'm going to go ahead and press this last one. You are so quick to accuse your fiancé. Yeah. Does make sense. Back to the basics, okay. So you went to the visit deck with Pierce, that's why your name doesn't appear in the hold record. Let me check the hold record again. Gloomsbury used it first, then Pierce, then Ellen, which was actually Larry, I think? And I haven't actually pressed this one just yet. Okay. Thought you were gonna say the burst of adrenaline brought on by the power of love for a second there. Yes, we need hard evidence if we're gonna refute this. This is the scientific rampant smoke. Oh, that's good. Emma would like that. Okay, so... My idea here is... Is the candelabra really big enough to cause that deep of a wound? I'm not sure that I'm on the right track with this, but part of it is broken off and we haven't really found the mystery of that either. Same with the same blood found in the lift. Okay, side of the lift.
Objection!
Okay, I guess I was on the right track then. Oh yeah, you did describe it more like a knife wound. Okay. Okay, so he said candelabra, right. Okay, I was wondering.
Objection!
Yeah, I think Soren can't quite remember the details accurately. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Well, we kind of are, but, it's always the most minute things that lead to the biggest revelations. Wait, let's wait for Soren to find that, the page in his book. Although, wait a minute, that's the blood-covered page, isn't it? Well, we're gonna have to try and improvise here. So Soren said he'd been stabbed by a candelabra, but Soren in court says that he was stabbed by something else. Why would he mistake the weapon? Okay. Identified the wrong weapon used against him because... Maybe it is because he has no memory of it. I've always thought there was a memory issue involved in this case.
Objection!
Oh, I thought the memory disorder reveal would be a bit more dramatic than that. I don't think this is slander. There is basis for this. Yeah, I have an idea of where this is leading. I've had this idea for a while. Is his notebook. Right after the car accident, he started writing down every tiny detail of his life. Yeah.
Objection!
And when his notebook is taken away, he gets incredibly distressed. This does all make sense. I mean, that's possible as well. Yeah, let's not bring that up.
Objection!
Huh. Oh, I thought that they got the stain on it to conveniently prevent us from reading the details of that, but it served a different purpose. By getting the stain on it, we actually forced him to say the wrong thing in court. That's actually interesting. That went in a different direction than I thought it would. Yep. He was pretty severely injured in a car accident years ago.
Take that!
I mean, I always thought it was some kind of actual brain injury. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that must be horrible. And that, yeah, I was suspicious right from when he said that he's seen time travelers. I didn't know what that meant at first, but then I started to think about what else had been going on involving him and how he'd been behaving, and that made sense. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure this is where we're going though, but something that I thought though, Gloomspree was only stayed on at Mr. Sprocket's request, although that is according to Pierce. I'm not sure this is 100% true. It is a pretty good motive, but I don't know if he's really capable of it. And that's going to be Pierce, isn't it? No, it's her, okay. So, yeah, probably not a good thing to do to your client, accusing their fiancé. Oh, no. Great. Well, that was bad. That was very bad. Should have seen that coming. That was, yeah, that was not good, Phoenix. Not good. She was being very serious when she said that. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna go really badly. Yeah, I was wondering about this. Okay. Well, that's a big step for us, getting rid of that. Please don't say you killed him. Okay, you're saying the exact opposite. What? Oh, well, I thought he was gonna say, I thought he was gonna say Pierce, but you? Oh, this just got interesting. Oh, no. I was wondering why Dumas was still employed. Publicly announced the driver in Gloomsbury, but in fact it was him. I thought we'd be finding out what the victim's motive was for the attack. Unless someone else... I mean, thinking about it, if someone was aware of his disorder, someone could write things in his notebook and he'd believe they'd be true. Don't know if that's the direction things are going in, but it's an interesting possibility. Okay, let me just look at the notebook. Okay, right, doesn't actually directly tell you anything in the notebook, okay. Till March 8th, when he abruptly began to chronicle events of each day in excruciating detail, deals that a murder being rendered illegible by a bloodstain. Okay, that's all we have. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. It sounds like Edgeworth has a plan, and that's never good for us. Yeah, I am wondering. Could someone else have written in that? Okay. Hey, is we gonna do a 3D evidence examination? It's been a while since we did one of these. Okay. So, doesn't seem like there's anything particularly suspicious here. I think we need to examine and then it'll open. Okay. Ah, there's that one. Huh. Yeah. Phoenix has a bad history with torn pages and notebooks. Hey. Hang on a second. I wonder if... No, this is clean. Right, this doesn't look like it's part of a torn page. Because this was smudged by a right-handed person, but Dumas himself was left-handed, so he couldn't have written that. Or at least he couldn't have smudged it. Yeah, I wondered if something like this was going on. Well, he probably doesn't. When you write somebody a note, okay. Oh yeah, he's done that a few times, hasn't he? And... plain in face!
Objection!
No, it doesn't. Yeah, but we can't exactly prove anything, can we? We can't prove what was on that page. Or can we? We should... Oh! There could be, like, pen indentation marks on the next page. Or not. Well, at least that was funny. Found what was written in the notebook. We should... I don't think that's a good idea. That's more lemon juice, and this probably isn't the case here. I don't know if fingerprint powder would really do anything in this situation, but it seems like the least silly answer here. Fingerprint powder might at least tell us who tore off the page. Oh yeah, I had the right idea, the indentations. Okay. Okay then. Yeah, again, I was on the right track with the indentations. I just wasn't sure of the method people usually use for them. Oh, that's it. No, people usually get a pencil and just scratch over the whole thing, I think. No, wait, you put another piece of paper down, then you scratch over the whole thing with a pen. I forget how you do it. But I know there is some way that you... And it's powder time. So, hopefully this doesn't take a million years. I'll just focus it more around the torn part, and there's a lot more of this paper than I thought there'd be. This may take a while. Oh, well. I can see something. That... Well, whatever that is, that doesn't look good. That's not good for him. That is bad. That is very bad, and I'm yelling so much that it's blowing the stuff. Oh, no. I really don't want it to be him. I kind of want it to be Pierce. Do we really know he wrote that?